into very quickly. Well, let's take it up from there. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, says the ministry has taken strategic steps towards unlocking Nigeria's vast maritime potential beyond oil and gas. The minister said this in his keynote address to the second Hybrid International Conference of the Institute of Maritime Studies in Enugu State. Mr. Oyetola, represented by the Director, Maritime Services in the ministry, Mrs. Mercy Ilori, said the ministry and its agencies were implementing programs in the marine environmental protection to combat pollution and preserve aquatic ecosystem. He said President Bola Tinubu is committed to harnessing the full potential of the marine economy for job creation and economic prosperity. The two-day conference had the theme Navigating the Future, anchoring sustainability while bridging the gap between economic growth and marine preservation. And more news, the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Oluwatoyin Medin, has called on federal pay officers to uphold financial prudence and adopt the new financial reforms initiative. The AGF also reaffirmed a directive to the federal pay officers emphasizing their responsibility to ensure that Nigeria federal ministry departments and agencies across the state adhere to the public financial management reforms of the government. The AGF urged FPOs to embrace the performance management system, which will replace the annual performance evaluation report. Her remarks underscored government's commitment to transparency, accountability, and efficiency in managing public funds. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has resolved to take decisive actions against the soaring cost of medications in the country, particularly life-saving drugs for hypertension and diabetes. This was disclosed by the Executive Vice Chairman and CEO of the Commission during a technical session with key players in the pharmaceutical sector in attendance. Uloma Oyemachi reports.
Drugs are essential for survival, but in Nigeria, the rising cost has become a major concern, drawing the attention of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. At this technical session with pharmaceutical stakeholders, the Commission's Executive Vice Chairman noted that consumer outcry over escalating drug prices prompted this inquiry.
This inquiry is aimed at identifying factors contributing to the disparity in the healthcare, contributing to accessibility and affordability, and particularly it will focus on BP drugs and diabetic drugs in particular.
Recognizing the importance of collaboration, the Commission is optimistic that these engagements will yield recommendations to ease the financial burden on Nigerians.
We believe that this stakeholders forum will be the basis for the inquiry, recommendations, and way forwards.
Discussions here also address concerns about fake drugs, pharmacy surveillance, and industry challenges, with stakeholders urging the government for intervention.
You will be mandated to have FCCPC's watching sticker, alert us, on your supermarket or pharmacy or outlet, pending the time when we consider that, yes, the services there are in compliance with the FCCPA.
And about the high cost of drug, without generally, considering the health care services. It is when we consider all this, the care, the safety of a patient will be assured.
And as pharmacists, we remain committed to ensuring equity, transparency, and sustainability.
Representatives from the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, federal and state health ministries were also present. At the end of this technical session, a detailed report and recommendations will be released to the public. However, the FCCPC must continue its oversight of the pharmaceutical sector to clamp down on counterfeit drug sellers and those inflating the prices. Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
Asian stocks were mixed today, with tech shares getting little stir from heavyweight U.S. chip maker and AI videos earnings overnight. U.S. dollar firmed in early hours trade as Treasury yields ticked higher, while investors assess the outlook for tariffs and the economy under President Donald Trump. Japan's Nikkei added just 0.1%. Australia's benchmark index climbed 0.5%. South Korea Kospi slid 0.7%. Hong Kong Hang Seng gained 0.9%, with tech shares outperforming, while mainland blue chip rose 0.2%. Taiwan shares advanced 0.2%. U.S. Nasdaq futures were steady, following a 0.3% rise in the regular session. Overnight, while S&P 500 futures were little changed after the cash index ended the day flat. Now, President Donald Trump says he wants to replace a long-standing visa program for foreign investors with a gold card that would provide them legal permanent residency and a path to citizenship for $5 million. President Trump said this in Washington, D.C., while answering questions from newsmen shortly after his first cabinet meeting of the second term in office. He said the initiative would replace the EB-5 program, which offers U.S. visas to investors who spend about $1 million on a company that employs at least 10 people. Meanwhile, President Trump said he's planning to hit goods made in the European Union with tariffs of 25%, claiming that the bloc was created to unfairly compete with the United States.
The gold card is going to be used by, not only for that, I mean, it'll be used by companies. I mean, I could see Apple. I've spoken with Tim Cook, and by the way, he's going to make a $500 billion investment in the country only because of the results of the election. And I think because of tariffs. He's going to want to be in the country because of tariffs, because if you're in the country, there is no tariff. If you're out of the country, you got to pay tariffs. And that's going to be a great investment, I think, that he's making. I know it's going to be a great investment, but we have to be able to get people in the country, and we want people that are productive people. And I will tell you, the people that can pay $5 million, they're going to create jobs. They're going to spend a lot of money on jobs. They're going to have to pay taxes on that too. So they're going to be hiring people. They're going to be bringing people in and companies in.
Well, crude oil prices climbed for the first time in 3 days today, with supply worries resurfacing after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a reversal of a license given to Chevron to operate in Venezuela. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell for $68.98 per barrel, with an upward price margin of 0.52%. Brent crude futures experienced an upsurge of 0.52% to sell at $72.91 per barrel. Bonnie Light sells for $78.62 per barrel, with a downward price review of 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers offer $75.93 per barrel, with a decline of 0.05%. Well, that's business news. Next is sports. After this break, I'll see you at the top of the hour for Business Nigeria.